Hey, it's Aaron Warkov again with Hamptons Today. Today we're at the studio of Peter Dayton, artist. And Peter is an interesting character. He, like me, was really into alternative music way back when, I guess.
Late 70s.
Early 80s. Late 70s, early 80s. I guess that kind of says where we are in life right now. But anyway, you were a musician?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
In art school, I started a punk band in 1976.
What was the name of it?
La Peste.
La Peste.
Yep, it was
That's
named after Albert
name.
Camus novel, L'Étranger, or no, The Plague.
The Plague.
And wow, that was really fun.
Was it?
Well, at the time, all these bands were coming out of art schools in England too.
Yeah.
But we were part of the first wave. We were really early on it, and two friends of mine and I from Boston. I didn't know them that well at the time, but we just picked up instruments we'd never played before and practiced for a year, and then got really good. And we ended up we opened for the Ramones like 5 times, and the Damned and stuff like that.
Wow.
So
you guys were serious.
We were serious. I kind of like imploded, and it ended kind of abruptly. But we have a really famous. In that world, single called "Better Off Dead," which is still on YouTube. And
oh
stuff.
man, I
It's
have
amazing.
to go look that
Crazy.
up after this, and you guys can look
Crazy.
that up
Yep.
too as well. So then that sort of spun off your creative music pursuits out of art school.
Mm-hmm.
You did that, and then you got back into your art again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I went to France in 1986 with $6,000 to quote unquote find myself, and to see if I could would still be pursuing music. And I had a record deal there within 3 months because I met someone and he met someone else. It was crazy, and I'd been busting my ass in Boston trying to
Did I hear you were doing some lip syncing on
I
the
did.
record?
I did.
You were like
Yes.
pre-Milli Vanilli.
I was lip syncing. It was illegal to sing live on French TV.
Really?
And it was also not allowed to have a microphone. So it was really embarrassing because you'd sing to the air, basically.
Oh my God,
it looked
that's
so
funny.
fake.
Oh yeah, well, that's
yeah,
great.
so
That's
I did
kind
that.
of like
I did that. And then I decided to
style.
get back into art. So I moved to East Hampton. I moved back in with my mother.
And you've been here ever since,
Yep.
kind of working.
Yep.
I see a lot of things. Like to me, I surf, and I know you have some place in your heart for it, because I see there's a lot of surf-related
Right.
linear lines, and
Right.
it looks like things are sort of laminated in your work.
Yep.
And explain to me, kind
Well,
of like what.
I'm really into surface a lot and not so much into content. But what I realized I focused on in the surfboard pieces that I did or am still doing is the least important things about surfing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the decal, the stringer, the color of the board, and the fact that the board is unrideable because of its shape. It's just so I'm really into surface, and the surface of a board. I can look at surfboards all day long, as I can look at electric guitars all day long. You know, I'm a boy.
Yeah. No, I mean they're iconic. They're gorgeous. I love them. I actually just did a little thing over at Green Surfboards where they make wooden surfboards, and I did a little piece on those guys with just pieces of art.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
But I noticed like a lot of your work between like very colorful. I shot some stuff earlier, which I'll do a little montage on this and show everybody kind of what you do with your flowers and the linear lines and the color. And you have even these things over here, which is like, what would you describe the like sort of rocket ship jungle over here?
This happened because I went and saw the Picasso sculpture show at MoMA 3-4 years ago, maybe longer, maybe 5, and I wanted to make something. I wanted to move beyond the surfboard, but keep that kind of feeling of movement and just excitement. And this is kind of convoluted, but I saw the Picasso stuff, and everything was kind of the human figure, which I never do. So I sort of came up with this idea of doing these rocket shapes where it was a tripod, 3 legs, it was sort of a human type thing going on.
Yeah.
And there they are. They've been really fun. And I've done one outdoor commission at a cancer research hospital in Oregon. So there's some out front of the building. That's my first public.
Were they around the same size or were they larger?
Yeah, they're big. The biggest one is this, but they're up on pedestals too. So there's 3 of them.
So these are outdoor proof?
These are not. That aluminum one is. But the ones I made for the commission are painted steel,
Got it.
so they're outside.
Great. So you're also with Folio East out here on the East End,
Yes,
right?
I worked with Coco and had some fun at her gallery with shows and stuff.
That's great, and that's all East End artists.
Yep.
She's got, I don't know if she's like 40 artists or different people out here that she brings into her group shows.
There's a lot of us.
So that's been kind of interesting. And full disclosure,
Yep.
I've been in some of those shows too because
Oh,
I
yeah.
do photography and I paint a little bit. But she likes my
Artist.
photography a lot. Yeah, artist. You do all this stuff. So I'm in that too, and I kind of wanted to tell a little story about some of the artists who are in this group, show some of their work, and we'll be doing some more episodes about that too. Some of the other fellow artists as time goes on. And you also are a supporter of artists, the Haiti initiative,
yes.
right?
In fact, that blue rocket sold.
Uh-huh.
It's back here because I repaired it because the person that bought it knocked it over and broke the tip off. But I fixed
Got it.
So yeah, that worked out nicely.
That's a
and,
great
I don't know
cause.
if you know this, but I do a lot of work for Chanel and Louis Vuitton.
I did not know.
Okay, well that's a whole other thing.
Wow.
These tulip pieces are gonna probably go into Louis Vuitton stores.
Oh, amazing.
I just did a thing in London for them, New Bond Street, through the architect Peter Marino.
Oh, great. Yeah.
You know him, right?
Sure, of course.
He's been a long supporter of my work. Bought work from my first show over 20 years ago.
Yeah, I could see that because your
So-
stuff, even though it's colorful, it still has a lot of power and a lot of
Yep.
strength.
Yep.
And a little darkness, and even
Yep.
with all the
Right. It's like
the
dark decoration.
blooms. Dark
It's
decoration.
like a
Yeah.
design.
You could put this
decorator.
on a black wall or a stark white wall,
Right.
and it would all look really amazing.
Oh, I'm happy. Oh, I'm sad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's great.
So-
Well, hey, thanks for giving me some time. It's great to get to meet
Yep.
you. And I hope you guys got a
Very
little
good.
look into Peter's life too. It's always great to understand a little bit about the artists and the people who are out here and support their work. So hopefully we will see you at one of the shows, and you can check out Peter's work in person. Or how do they contact you, Peter, if they're interested in your work in general?
I'm on Instagram, Peter Dayton Art, peterdayton.com.
There you
You'll
go.
find me. I'm also in the regular phone book.
Look them up. All right, signing off for Hamptons Today.
Thanks, Aaron.
Thanks, Peter. Bye.